Hello everyone, I'm happy to welcome you on our webinar from Crew Planning in Lyon. My name is Daniel Saluda, I'm a member of Lyon support team, and also with me today is our CTO Paweł Szmagaj, who will be answering your question on our chat. Today I will focus on the crew calendar overview, and then I will go to the crew roster possibilities. Next, I will tell you a few things about assigning crew members to flight. Also, I will include our auto roster function in Lyon. And also, I will mention a new feature, which is duty trading and line training at the end. So let me share my screen with you. Okay, so starting from the beginning, if you want to access our crew calendar in Lyon, you need to hover your mouse on the crew section here and then click on the calendar, and you will be transferred to the main page. On the upper belt on the main screen, you will have a refresh button, and then you will have option to define the date range of the data that is visible on the main screen. So you can pick the dates from the calendar here. So select, for example, all June, or also you have possibility to define the date from the drop-down list here. So here you can select, for example, next 90 days on last 7 days, and this will be visible on the crew calendar. Next thing is the arrows. So by clicking on the left arrow, you can go past the whole period which is selected in the calendar field. And by clicking on the right arrow, you are able to transfer the same days to the future. And of course, by clicking on the today, you will be transferred to the current day in Lyon. Next is the possibility to define the time zone. So if more than one base is added in the general settings in your account, and then you will be able to pick different time zones from the drop-down list here. Next thing are the drafts. So you can turn the drafts on or off. And with the drafts mode enabled, you will be seeing the publish button highlighted blue. And by clicking it, you will be able to publish all the changes that are made in the roster in the draft mode. If you want your crew members to receive a notification about any roster changes, then the send notification checkbox needs to be marked, and Lyon will send email to the crew members after the duties has been added to the account. Next thing is the filter. This is our main filter in the crew calendar. So here you are able to filter crew members by their names or by their codes by simply entering some code and picking up them from the list. Also, you can filter the crew members by labels, which can be added to their profiles in the settings users. If the crew member have more than one AOC in their account, you are also able to filter crew members through the AOCs. So you can pick one from the drop-down list, and all the crew members which have this AOC will be highlighted and visible. You can search for the particular positions. So for example, you can pick captain and for example, instructor, and those crew members will be visible in crew calendar. Also, we can pick the position types from the list here by simply checking or unchecking the boxes next to the position types. Below, you have the possibility to filter the crew members through the aircraft types that are added to your account. Next thing, you can put aircraft registration here. So, for example, if you want to see all the crew members assigned to the AB CDE aircraft, you can simply pick this aircraft, and only those crew members will be visible. If any labels have been added to your tails, so in the settings and then fleet, then you'll be able also to filter the data through those labels. You can filter it through the AOC that is assigned to your tail, through the home base as well. So when the home base is defined in the crew member profile, you can enter this home base here, and all the crew members will be visible. And the last two options are the aircraft home base in Leon and aircraft home base in ICAO format. Next to the filter, you have the requests. So requests can be made from the Leon crew application, mobile application. So you can select if you want to see those requests or not. And also you will have possibility to print the roster. So you can select the dates and you can choose if you want to print the roster in black and white version or one of the color versions. On the upper right corner is a 3-dot filter. So here you can change the grouping of your crew members. So for example, you can switch from the position type to aircraft. And as you can see, you have two possibilities to filter to group the crew members by aircraft. First thing is based on their ratings, so added in the crew member profile. And the second one is based on the preferred crew, which can be defined in the fleet and then crew tab of each of your tails. You can change the sorting as well. So you can sort the crew member by known as, surname and name, name and surname, and crew member code. If you don't want to see the freelancers, you can also define this possibility in Leon. So you can click no, and then freelancers will be gone from the main view. If you want to see only active users, then you can disable the view for the non-active users. You can turn off the days of violation, show options, show duty account column. This column is connected to the duty training, so I will be talking about it in a few minutes. You can define if you want to see crew code or the crew home base in the left panel. And also you can select the preferred airport code from ICAO to IATA, or also you can select if you want to see additional crew member labels on the main view. When you right-click on some crew member, also you'll have few possibilities. So first of all, you can add new crew member, and then you'll be transferred to the tooltip where you can insert all the details of new crew member. Next thing, you can edit the crew member, and then you will be transferred to crew member's profile. You can check the roster publish history. So if some duties were published from the draft mode to the live mode, then all the changes will be visible here. And also you can clear the draft changes for a particular user. So for example, if some roster was created incorrectly, then you can remove all the changes for a particular user. Also, when you right-click your mouse button on some particular day, you will have few possibilities. So first of all, you can check the activity details. You can add the simulator, add new positioning. You can add duty for this crew member, quick add duty, and check the changes history. Maybe I will focus the view on my test crew member. Okay, so now I will focus on the crew roster possibilities in Leon. So if you want to add duties to your crew members, you'll have two basic options. So add duty and quick add duty. When you select add duty, then you will be transferred to the window, and here you will be able to define the time on which the duty should be added. So you can change the time from to. Also, you can select if the duty should repeat. So for example, if you want to add duty to a few days, you can select to add the duty from, for example, 6th of June to the 9th of June. And also you can add new crew members to this duty. So this way you will be adding this duty to those 2 crew members at once. And the second option, as I have mentioned, is the quick add duty. When you select this option, the duty will be added with the default times that are defined in the duty setup. So if you want to go to the duty setup, you need to click on the gear icon here. So go to the settings, then to the duty setup, select one of your duty. Maybe let's pick this one up. And with the quick add duty function, the duty will be added with the times defined in this box. So it will be added with the default time. So in this case, this duty will be added for the whole day and 1 day only, because no window will appear when you will be adding it. I will show you this. You can see I will click reserve. Sorry, I didn't. And as you can see, the duty has been already added and no window have appeared before it. Also in Leon, we have possibility to clone the duties. And so as you can see, I have added 4 duties for each day. But if I want to expand this duty, I can hold my left mouse button on the last day and then hover my mouse on the, for example, 19th of June. And when I release the left mouse button, the duty will be added for the whole time period, as you can see. And also with this function, you can erase the duties. So you can select the last day, hover your mouse, and as you can see, the duty has been erased. Also in Leon, you have possibility to add duty for few crew members at once. So if you want to do it, you can simply select one user, hover your mouse to additional ones, and also you can pick few days, and then after left click, you can add duty or quick add duty. So for example, let's go with the SMS duty. Leon will take a while to add it. And as you can see, the duty has been added for the multiple days and multiple crew members. So if you want, you can select a few crew members from the filter and add duties to all of them at once. Okay, so now we'll go to the to assigning crew members to the flights and our auto roster function in Leon. So if you want to assign crew members to your flights, I think the best place is the timeline, the crew timeline section, which can be accessed from the upper left corner in crew calendar, or also from the crew and then timeline. Leon will identify if some crew members has been already added to the flights or not. As you can see, I have added few test flights on our test tail ABCDE. And all the boxes are marked red. That means no crew member has been added to those flights. If I want to assign some crew members, I can right-click on this leg, or also I can use my A key from the keyboard. The window will pop up, and here you will be able to see all the crew members that have ratings to this particular tail. You can filter them through the bases, and also you can filter them through crew labels. If the crew member is marked red, that means that some FTL violation has occurred or the currency has expired. If he is highlighted green, that means that everything is okay and he can fly without any warnings visible in Leon. Also, as you can see, the not available can be seen below the crew member code. That means that the crew member is in some different base than the flight is departing, and some kind of positioning needs to be added. So this crew member can be added without any warning or airport discontinuity in Lyon. If you want to assign crew members to this flight, you can simply click on their code. So, for example, let's pick this one up. Also, we can, of course, assign a few crew members at once. So, let's go with the captain and captain 2, and you can click assign crew. And this way, the crew members will be assigned. And as you can see in the belt where the duties of crew members are visible, also this information is visible for the test crew member. If not whole crew will be assigned to the flight, then Lyon will also mark this flight differently. So let's select only captain, assign the flight, assign the crew member, and as you can see, the color on the background has turned into yellow. That means not all crew members have been assigned to the flight, and some actions need to be taken. Also, with the right click, you have the possibility to delete the crew members. So by selecting yes, you will be able to remove them from the flight. And also you can copy the crew. So you can do it by simply clicking on copy crew, and or also by clicking on the A key on your keyboard. The crew members will be copied, and then you can paste the crew to some another leg. Lyon will show a window, and you can assign them to this tail. And as you can see, this crew member has been assigned. Also, the last option in the right-click menu is the replace crew. If you select it, both crew members will be visible, and you will be able to change one of them or both of them to another crew members. So you can just enter the code like I did, and pick the crew member, save the changes, and as you can see, now this crew member is visible on the on this flight. As I mentioned at the beginning, we also have the auto roster function in Lyon, which is very helpful. Because lately we have enabled the adding duty without a mandatory option to select a tail in the duty. I will just focus the view on my test crew member. And for this purpose, I have also created a duty, but I will focus the view on the July, where the test flights are already added. And with this function, first of all, you need to add a duty. So let's go back to the duty setup. And as you can see, I have already created the duty. So the most important thing when you're creating the duty with the auto roster function is to mark the checkbox that is next to the auto roster here. This way, the auto roster function will be enabled, and you will be able to assign crew members. Okay, so if I want to assign some crew member, I just need to pick this duty. As you can see, no flights are added to the account yet. So I will pick one of the tails from the list. You need to also select the function. So I will go with the captains, and I will add this duty to the system. And now, when the duty is already visible, and you will go to the ops section when the flights can be added, you will be able to add new flights. So let's pick the July. Let's pick ABCDE tail. Add some test flights. And as you can see, the crew member is already visible and is assigned to the flight. This is also working the other way. So as I have shown you, I have firstly added the duty and then I have added the flight. But also you're able to firstly add the flight. So let's go maybe with the 10th of July. Let's calculate the times. As you can see, no crew member is visible. I will save the changes, save the flight. Now I will go to the crew calendar. I'll just expand the view a little bit so I can see the 10th of July. And now when I add this duty and select the tail, as you can see, this flight is already visible on the right side of the window. And if the crew member have more than one rating to this tail, you will be able to pick if he should be assigned to the captain function or maybe FO or some other ratings. And when I add this duty, just select should be captain. This crew member will be assigned to the flight and it can be visible in the activity details. Also, this function is working with the different grouping. So if I select, for example, aircraft grouping by preferred crew, so as you can see, the tail is already visible on the left. And now, when I add this duty, it will be a little bit quicker because both the tail and the function will be already selected by Leon. But you can add this duty in both groupings, so in the position type and the aircraft as well. Okay, so now I will go to the duty trading, which is a new function in Leon, and the purpose of it is to have the possibility to recompensate on duty with off duty and also the off duties with on duty. First of all, to enable this feature, you will need to go to duty setup. So settings and duty setup again. And at the bottom part, you will have duty account section. When you enter this section, you will have possibility to add multiple definitions. As I have done it for the testing, I have added vacations, but you can, of course, add the definition which will suit your needs. And then after adding the duty account, you will need to go to the user's profile. So I will go to my test crew member and then other tab. And here in the duty accounts from the box, you're able to pick the duty accounts and add them to the crew member's profile. And then when you go to the crew calendar, one thing I didn't mention: this feature is not enabled in the drafts mode enabled. So you need to select draft modes off, and then you will be seeing the additional column with the duty account name in it. So now I will go with some duty. Maybe I will go with the office. And then when you're adding the duty, as you can see here, you have the compensate with option. And here you need to select the duty account, which you recently add the duty. And as you can see, the count on the last column has changed. And then when you want to recompensate this duty, so firstly, I have added on duty. So now I need to add some off duty type. So I will go with our X day off. And here, as you can see, you have the option to withdraw the duty. So once again, you need to pick the duty account, add the duty. And as you can see, the count has changed. Again. And the last thing which can be added in Leon are the line trainings. So when the crew member is currently in the line training, you have few possibilities to add such line training. First of all, you can go to the crew timeline and then select one of the legs where the crew member is assigned. And as you can see here, you have the option to add training. When you select this option, you will be able to define if the training is a line check or line training. So I will go with the line training. You can, of course, put some notes here if they are needed. And then by clicking Create, the line training will be added by Leon. And as you can see, the yellow triangle will be visible in the upper left corner in the leg. If you want to add the line check, then the color will be a little bit different because Leon will show a purple triangle in the upper left corner. Also, you have the possibility to define in the user profile if the crew member should be added. If the crew member should be added always to the light training. So if you go to the crew member profile and go once again to the other tab, as you can see here, you can mark the box for line training in progress. And then with this box checked, the line all the flights where the crew member will be assigned will be changed to line training automatically by Leon. And also in the general settings, so settings and then general settings and crew planning section, you have two functions that are connected to the line training itself. So first of all, you can include cockpit crew members in the total count of crew members assigned to the tail, to the flight. And it working for both cockpit and cabin crew members. So if the boxes are marked, then the preferred crew or the necessary crew to board the tail will be the crew member will be counted to this number. But if you unselect this box, then Leon might show a warning that no all crew members has been assigned to the flight because the captains or the first officers that are on the light training won't be counted to the whole crew member list. And also in Leon, we are working on the new features, of course, as always. Now we are working on the work plans, which will be possible to access from the duty setup. And with this function, you will be able to add labels and count the days on particular airports on which the duties have been added. But more information will be given about this feature in the future because now it is during the implementation. So please subscribe to our newsletter because all the information will be sent with our newsletter. Okay, so I think this is all from from our webinar today. Thank you very much for joining us, and have a nice evening. Thank you. Goodbye.